everyone, it's Hiba here with Kate Davis and translator Joaquin Gavilano, and we are going to be listening to the vault tracks in Taylor Swift's 1989 Taylor's version. Very excited to get started, so let's get started. Have anything to say yet?
No, I'm really liking the feel of it. I don't know if I'm being like influenced by the lyric video that's happening with like the beach and all that. It just feels very chill, and I like that though. But
yeah, no, I agree. I like the vibes too. I did expect it, like, just based off the title, to be more of like a poppier like song, a little bit faster like paced, but I like it.
I recently heard that she had to pick between this song and Blank Space for the album, and she chose Blank Space. And I'm curious to see like if this is at all similar to Blank Space, maybe like in theme or message. Because so far I'm struggling to see why she would have had to pick between them. They seem like very old songs.
Yeah. I didn't even think about like the title, like Kate was saying, but yeah, just based on the title, it does feel like it could be poppier, faster, but I don't know. We haven't seen the chorus yet. Maybe it'll change.
They might as well be looking at us. And if they call me a slut, you know it might be worth it for once. And if I'm gonna be drunk, I might as well be drunk in love. Send the code, he's waiting there. The sticks and stones they throw froze mid-air. Everyone wants him, that was my crime. The wrong place at the right time. And I break down, then he's pulling me in. In a world of boys, he's a gentleman. God love struck, went straight to my head. God love sick all over my bed. Love to think you'll never forget. We'll pay the price, I guess. But if I'm all dressed up, they might as well be looking at us. And if they call me a slut, you know it might be worth it for once. And if I'm gonna be drunk, I might as well be drunk in love. Asleep, taking your time in the tangerine. Neon light, this is luxury. You're not saying you're in love with me, but you're going to have away. Taking your chance, it's a big mistake. It might blow up in your pretty face. I'm not saying do it anyway, but you're going to. And if they call me a slut, you know it might be worth it for once. And if I'm gonna be, might as well be drunk in love.
It's a very chill song. I think it was fine.
Yeah, I like it a lot actually.
This seems like more of like a ballad kind of song versus like Blank Space, but I do see how they contain similar themes. This one seems like it's more like about like her in a relationship where she's really falling for the person, and she's saying that all this like critique and the media is like obsession with her dating life might be worth it because she really loves this person. So it seems more like a love ballad version of Blank Space. So I could kind of see why she might choose Blank Space over this song, just because it has more of a, like, it's going to be like a hit single, right? Because it has that poppier, like, fast-paced vibe, but it's still kind of commentating on that media's obsession with her dating life.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I've known it from the very start. We're a shot in the darkest dark. Oh no, I'm unarmed. The waiting is a sadness, fading into madness. Oh no, it won't stop. I'm standing on a tightrope. Halfway out the door, but it won't close. I'm holding out hope for you to say, don't go. I would stay forever if you say, don't go. Why'd you have to leave me on? Why'd you have to twist the knife? Walk away and leave me bleeding, bleeding. Why'd you whisper in the dark just to leave me in the night? Now your silence has me screaming, screaming. Say, don't go. I would stay forever if you say, don't.
I have thoughts. I think that this song reminds me. I immediately started thinking about how, the song "Stay, Stay, Stay, Stay." This is almost like a dark version of that song. Everything that it has been saying, and like I want to maybe talk about the difference between "stay" and "don't go." Like if someone says "stay" as a command, like what would be the difference? Like if you were writing a poem and you had to choose between "stay" and "don't go," what is the difference? What is the effect of choosing one over the other? Because I mean, I think both those songs are doing the same, just that one is very cheerful, and "Stay, Stay, Stay," and this one has a lot of dark elements, right? Like there's the knife twisting, there's just darkness evoked at every corner, pretty much. But it's almost like different perspective of the same situation.
Yeah, I think when you use like "stay," there's this kind of, you have more of an expectation and a hope that the person is actually going to stay. Whereas when you use "don't go," you're kind of expecting them to leave. So I could see like that's why this song is darker than "stay," because it's like there is like, it's building up all of these images and these word choices that are kind of built around, she knows this person is, or the speaker of the song knows this person is going to leave. So I think that's kind of the difference in terms of word choice.
Yeah, I think it's a more hopeless thing, which is really like reflected in the darkness here. But I really like this song so far. I think this is one that I could see myself listening to over again for sure.
Yeah, so far, I mean, the transition from like the initial verse into the chorus was more noticeable than in the previous song. I think the previous song just kind of like it was still good, but those transitions weren't as noticeable as in this one, just tempo wise. Yeah, I'm liking it so far.
Now I'm pacing on shaky ground. Strike a match, then you blow it out. Oh no, it's not fair. 'Cause you kiss me and it stops time. And I'm yours, but you're not mine. Oh no, you're not there. I'm standing on the sidewalk alone. I wait for you to drive. to make me want you? Why do you have to give me nothing?
Sorry, I just wanted to point out that this song reminds me a lot of You're Losing Me.
What reminds you of it?
Just the overall like mood and the theme. Some of the lyrics too, I feel like are very similar to You're Losing Me.
That's interesting.
I think that the melody and the production is also very similar to You're Losing Me, which is why I also think it reminds me a lot of that song.
I think it's also the combination of like a imperative command, you know, like the say don't go, stop, you're losing me, like
Yeah, there's like similar stuff.
There was a line I kind of wanted to talk about since we have it paused now, before I forget. Earlier, like right around the time we continued playing it, there was a line that said, "I was yours, but you weren't mine," and I kind of like I was thinking about what that implies, and it's just I think like control, you know, kind of like how in this relationship that there was one person, you know, if she was his, you know, it was he had some sort of command over her, but she really had no control of him. That and the whole don't go, you know, like say don't go. I think there's a lot of like power struggles happening in this song and in the lyrics.
Back, why do you have to make me love you? I said I love you. You say nothing back. Why'd you have to leave me on? Why'd you have to twist the night? Walk away and leave me bleeding, bleeding. Why'd you whisper in the dark just to leave me in the night? Now your silence has me screaming, screaming. Say, don't go. I would stay forever if you say, don't. But you won't. I would stay forever if you say don't go. But you won't. But you won't. But you won't.
I kind of feel the same way about this song as I felt about Nothing New, in that it's, at the time, I feel like it was just too dark of a song to include on the album, which is why it wasn't included. And I feel like that at that time, she couldn't take the kinds of risks that she can take now just because she has more control over her work. So I think that's one of the reasons this wasn't included. But I really like this song. It's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I think maybe the song gives into too much passion here, which was probably why it wasn't originally included, like you said. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about control when it comes to like feeling in a song, because I think when you give in to too much passion, sometimes it's at the expense of lyrics. And this song isn't necessarily as lyrically strong as some of her other songs.
Yeah, I really like when musicians do this, where like the lyrics to something are very, very dark, but they're matched with like very upbeat melodies. I think arguably the chorus in this song is like the darkest lyrically, you know, I mean, again, with the stabbing and the leaving her bleeding, it's, you know, pretty dark, but it's also the most upbeat melodically part in the whole song. So it's an interesting balance that she's playing with. I'd have to think more about it, but the whole thing, yeah, like Control makes me think also of like scales and balance and balancing as well, like tying that to like the melody and the lyrics. I don't know, maybe I'd have to think more about it, but I do think there's like some correlation with that.
And this is definitely one I'll listen to again for sure. It's very good.
Yeah, so far I like both of them.
To a party, I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't even get me started. Did you get anxious though on the way home? I guess I'll never ever know now that we don't talk. like acid rock, or that I'd like to be on a mega yacht with important men who think important thoughts. Guess maybe I am better off now that we don't talk. And the only way back to my dignity was to turn into a shrouded mystery, just like I had been when you were chasing me. Guess this is how it has to be now that we don't talk.
I liked it a lot.
I really like the line. I don't have to pretend I like acid rock.
Yeah.
I think we all feel that sometimes. Like, you don't have. Yeah, that's a really great line. And I feel like it's like what we were talking about last time, where it's very specific, but at the same time it's open. Like, a lot of people can either relate to like not liking that genre of music and like having to pretend to like it for someone else, or like a different genre of music.
This definitely felt like a hit piece, you know? Like, just an angry yell at Harry, maybe.
Yeah, I don't melodically it reminded me a lot. It's from the very start of Lavender Haze, and I felt like it could have fit well in her latest album. Maybe not, I don't know if lyrically, but something about like the production reminded me a lot of Lavender Haze. But yeah, no, I totally agree. It felt just like her, like, I'm gonna write this short song, angry yell, very thematically kind of just punk in the sense of angry short song. But yeah, I like it a lot.
This was produced by Jack Antonoff, so that explains why it sounds like Lavender Haze.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was surprised with how short it was. Like, I expected a second or like a third verse coming in, and then it just ended. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a very abrupt end. I think
like
we all were like, what?
Yeah.
You had people who called you on unmarked numbers in my peripheral vision. I let it slide like a hose on a slippery plastic summer, always quickly forgiven. You were so magnetic, it was almost obnoxious. Flush with the currency of cool, I was always turning out my empty pockets.
Can we talk about how loaded those lyrics were in like such a short amount of time?
That was so much, so quickly.
The first sentence was just like 20 words just thrown at us. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to re-listen to that to parse through a lot of it. But
I didn't come here to make friends. We were born to be suburban legends. When you hold me, it holds me together, and you kiss me in a way that's gonna screw me up forever. I had the fantasy that maybe our mismatched star signs would surprise the whole school when I ended up back at a class reunion, walking in with you. You'd be more than a chapter in my old diaries, with the pages ripped out. I am standing in a 1950s gymnasium, and I can still see you now. I didn't come here to make friends. We were born to be suburban legends. When you hold me, it holds me together, and you kiss me in a way that's gonna screw me up forever. I know that you still remember we were born to be national treasures. When you told me we'd get back together, and you kissed me in a way that's gonna screw me up forever. Tick-tock on the clock, I paced down your block. I broke my own heart 'cause you were too polite to do it. Waves crash on the shore, I dash to the door. You don't knock anymore, and my whole life's ruined. Tick-tock on the clock, I paced down your block. I broke my own heart 'cause you were too polite to do it. Waves crash to the shore, I dash to the door. You don't knock anymore, and I always knew it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a lot. I don't.
I
I
liked
don't
it.
know.
It was fine. It just I feel like I need some more listens before I have like a coherent thought about it because it was just like it was a lot without being a lot, you know?
I can see, and this is not like a diss or anything, but I can see why this one is in the vault. And I think I'm okay saying that this is the one I enjoyed the least so far. I think the substance, if I don't know, it was. I didn't think it was saying a lot, but it was saying a lot. I see what you mean about like it being a lot, but not. I don't know if that's what you meant, but yeah, it's like it has very loaded sentences, very specific scenarios, right? Like the 1950s gymnasium, the school reunion, right? Like it sets all these scenes, but all of them are fairly a little cliche. Like I don't think it's bringing anything unique from her part, but I mean, it was nice. Like
I think it was a good example of like her storytelling skills
Yeah.
more than anything else.
yeah, that's a good point.
I think the theme of this song is definitely like the myth making that we or a lot of people like do when they first enter in a relationship, right? And they're like really enamored with a person is they imagine like them and this other person are like the only thing that matters, right? And they're gonna build this like epic romance around themselves, right?
Yeah.
And I think this song is kind of commenting on that. What I kind of wanted more from this song is it has that like repetition of like my life is ruined now because you're gone. And I think like if it had more of like how the narrator or the speaker like took back control after this person left or had a few more verses about what happened afterwards, I think it would be like a more well-developed song. But just kind of saying like my life is ruined doesn't go into like the details or the nuance of like what happened to them.
Yeah, I like what I mean. I agree with you. I hadn't thought of it as like potentially the reason why I felt like so many of those scenarios were cliche, were because when you start a relationship, you probably picture all those cliche moments. You know, the picture perfect, scenes that we've already seen and experienced throughout infinite songs and movies, right, and books. But yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. That's a good point, and potentially some more depth to the reaction of the aftermath. Yeah.
Once the flight had flown, with the wilt of the rose, I slept all alone, but you still wouldn't go. Let's fast forward to 300 takeout coffees later. I see your profile and your smile on unsuspecting waiters. You dream of my mouth before it called you a lying traitor. You search in every maiden's bed for something greater. Baby, was it over when she laid down on your couch? Was it over when he unbuttoned my blouse? Come here, I whispered in your ear in your dream as you passed out. Baby, was it over then? Is it over now? When you lost control, red blood, white snow, blue dress on a bow. Your new girl is my clone. Did you think I didn't see there were flashing lights? At least I had the decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors about my hips and thighs and my whispered sighs. Oh Lord, I think about jumping off a very tall somethings just to see you come running and say the one thing I've been wanting. But no, let's fast forward to 300 awkward blind dates later. If she's got blue eyes, I will surmise that she'll probably date her. You dream of my mouth before it called you a lying traitor. You search in every model's bed for something greater. Baby, was it over when she laid down on your couch. Was it over when he unbuttons my blouse? Come here, I whispered in your ear in your dream as you passed out. Baby, was it over then? And is it over now? I didn't see you, there were flashing lights. At least I had the decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors from my hips and thighs, and I whispered sighs. Oh Lord, I think about jumping off a fairy tale somethings, just to see you come running, and say the one thing I've been wanting, but no. Flashing lights. Let's fast forward to 300 to go off these words. I was hoping you'd be there and say the one thing I've been wanting, but no.
I have something, but I'm not sure, and I think people might have to confirm this in like your comments. But wasn't there a whole thing with a blue dress with her? There was like a photo of her in the blue dress that people kept talking about, and when she was dating that guy. Harry Styles.
I do not know.
Oh my gosh. I want to look this up, but I know this is like live reaction and we're not having any things to influence us, but I do remember there being like a photo of her in a blue dress in a boat, which is addressed in this song.
I know everyone's been talking about a blue dress this week, like since this album came out. So I know it's like very 1989 coded, but I don't know about like the history.
Yeah, I'll look into that. But well, other than that, what did you guys think about the song?
I thought it was fun. I could see this one being one that I play more than once, but it wasn't like particularly striking. It was very dark, like surprisingly dark for Taylor, just because of like the suicidal ideation. Very interesting.
I thought it was interesting that it had these two lines, was it over then and is it over now? I know she's talked about in relationship to the song Style, like it's about a person that kind of like moves in and out of your life and like the narrative is never really over. So this definitely reminded me of like those like similar themes or those similar ideas of like not really knowing if a relationship is over, if that person is going to come back or not, and having like really complicated feelings about the relationship.
You said it's like Style?
So in an interview, she's talked about how like Style is about like a person who moves like in and out of your life. Like the narrative with that person is never really over. And the lines, was it over then and is it over now kind of reminded me of that same idea where you don't really know if the relationship is truly over or not.
That's really interesting because Style has that line, we never go out of style. So that doesn't communicate to me, at least, that you're going in and out of a relationship. It sounds more steady than that. But that's an interesting insight. Reminds me, we have to pick our favorites.
Oh yeah, me too.
I think I really liked the second one, Say Don't Go, the most. Slut was probably second. And I think that the other three are kind of tied. Maybe Now That We Don't Talk is third, and the last two are tied.
You can go next, Eva.
I have to look at the track list again. Hold on. Okay. I think my favorite was Say Don't Go. I kind of liked Suburban Legends. I think that might be one that I listened to over again. And I liked Is It Over Now? Yeah, I would say Say Don't Go was the most striking to me.
Well, I really liked Now That We Don't Talk because of that line. Now I don't have to pretend like I like acid rock. But Say Don't Go is definitely my second.
Yeah, I like the song, but and this is going to be such a dumb reason for me not to want to listen again, but that little scream that happens recurrently from the very start, there's like a little yell that happens with the music. I could not get... let me play it.
Yeah, play it, because I don't remember it.
That. It goes like, ah!
Oh, what is that? Was that like a guitar string, or was it an actual scream?
It's a
It sounds like a scream.
it's a scream, yeah, and it's plays throughout the whole song, and I can't unhear it. And I'm sorry if that was something you weren't aware of, and
Now we're not going to be able to unhear it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, we can never unhear it now. Thank you so much.
It was constantly like at the start of the song, the more times it played, I was like trying to hold in my laughter. I don't know why it made me like so uncomfortable.